Missouri River Recovery Program is a joint effort of many federal, state, and local agencies headed up by the United States Fish and Wildlife Service and the United States Army Corps of Engineers to recover the Missouri River to the greatest extent possible for the benefit of all the basin's inhabitants. The vision of this program is to provide a sustainable ecosystem supporting thriving populations of native species while providing for current social and economic values. The ecosystem of the Missouri River provides habitat for a wide variety of wildlife, including 3 species under federal protection: the endangered least tern, the threatened piping plover, and the endangered pallid sturgeon. Channelization of the lower river created a self-scouring channel that is a minimum of 9 feet deep and 300 feet wide for the benefit of river navigation. Channelization and bank stabilization destroyed all tern and plover habitat from St. Louis to Sioux City, approximately 750 miles. New dams resulted in the flooding of available sandbar habitat in the reservoirs, as well as prevented sand from moving downstream to create new sandbars. Least terns nest on river sandbars and reservoir shorelines. They can be identified by the black crown, white patch on the forehead, gray back and white belly, and the black-tipped yellow bill. Note the identifying characteristics. The red arrow shows the white forehead. The blue arrow points to the yellow beak. The green arrow identifies the yellow-orange legs. Least terns nest and raise young in all the colored areas on the map. Only least terns in the green and red areas are listed as endangered. The endangered listing is due to a lack of habitat in those areas. Once the chicks are able to fly, they migrate south to their wintering grounds in Central and South America. Least terns begin nesting in loose colonies on the Missouri River in early June. Typically, they lay 3 eggs, which require between 2 and 3 weeks to hatch. When it is cool, the parents provide warmth, but more often, the parent needs to provide shade and cooling as the surface temperatures on sandbars climb to 140 to 145 degrees Fahrenheit on hot summer days. Recent research has shown that adults are active at night and will travel large distances to forage or feed. Previously, it was thought that the terns were resting during the nighttime hours. The photo is of a tern chick that has just hatched and its older sibling that is probably about 1 to 4 hours old. Note the white egg tooth on the top of the beak. The chick uses this egg tooth to break away its shell. Shortly after hatching, the egg tooth falls off. Some of the common predators of least terns are raccoons, coyotes, fox, great horned owls, minks, gulls, and crows. Let's see how least terns protect themselves. Both tern and plover chicks are colored so that they blend in with their environment. Camouflage is an excellent defense. While the chick freezes in place, the parents and other terns in the colony will be mobbing the intruder. This chick is approximately 2 to 3 days old. Predators do not detect colors well, but easily detect movements. Movement by the chick would alert the predator to its presence and likely result in its death. Although this chick is easy to detect in the photo, the chicks usually are very difficult to detect as they hide in the vegetation, beside rocks, sticks, and other habitat in the nesting area. This chick is between 6 and 10 days old. This tern chick is almost old enough to fly, 15 to 20 days, but since it still cannot fly, its method of survival is to lay still so that predators cannot see them. Most predators rely on movement detection to key in on their prey. Notice the chick that took refuge against the boat anchor. See how its coloration would be easily blend in with the surrounding sand? Would it be easily detected? Restriction signs are placed at nesting sites to protect the nest and the chicks from disturbances created by humans and their pets. Be sure to look for these signs to know who to contact to report violations. Survey crews located along the upper Missouri River began conducting bird surveys in 1986. This process, beginning in the early spring, and continues until all the chicks have fledged or gained the ability to fly. For more information on least terns, visit Missouri River Recovery Program, Missouri River Institute, Cornell Lab of Ornithology, and the U.S. Fish and Wildlife Service websites. Thank you for your interest.